So I'm going to be showing you how to create a selected state for a button. So the first thing you want to do when you launch Dreamweaver is just go to Manage Your Site drop down and use the Edit tool to point to the folder that you are going to be working on. So this is going to be the folder is drop down menu selected state with transparency. So you want to just point to the top root folder. You don't want to go inside the folder. You just want to select the very top folder, which is the root level, and you want to say choose, and you want to say save. Now in your file panel you should see that folder and the content of that folder. So for this one, I basically have only an about page at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and double click it to load it onto this page. And I'm going to go to my live view to see what it looks like. And again, I have the hover state of my button, which is this orangey color. And I have my drop down menus and a transparent background. I also have added a seamless image to my HTML page. So the first thing that we want to do is to basically create another HTML page and change the selected state of that page to the correct button. So I'm going to go ahead and say save as, and this one I'm going to just call it index.html. And the easiest way to make these basic changes is simply by swapping the code. So I'm going to simply, this one page that is active needs to now point to my index, and the home needs to become about, because I'm on my index page right now. So my index page should reflect that teal color. So the easiest way of doing that is simply going to the actual text and just change that to whatever the name of that page is, and change the link of your index or HTML href to the correct HTML page. So now I have my home, and the home one I'm going to change it to about, and I'm simply going to grab this, highlight it, and move it below the final LI code, which basically is just simply going to position my home in the first, that's going to become my first button. So you can move this LI list around to where you want it to be located. So that is how you actually change the selected state of your buttons for your web pages. The other thing that I'm going to quickly show you on this video is to add a seamless background to your pages. So that one, I'm going to go to my main, and usually you want to add that you add it to your body tag. So again, you identify where your body tag is, and I already have identified the font, the padding, and so on. And this is the code. So again, I've highlighted it for you so that the files that you downloaded has this code in it. So please pay attention to that. So basically, this is the code that it tells the browsers to resize whatever image that you're using so that it fills the entire browser. So you would want to copy this code from here to where it says here. The identifying background, again, you can make those pictures transparent, like 50% transparent, and put different color of background to them. But right now, we're not going to really worry about that. So this one, the important part is this path. So I have image to JPEG, and I'm going to just show you. Let's say you decide that you want to choose a different image in there. So I'm going to go to maybe find a different picture. So maybe I'll just use this one. So I'm going to grab this picture, put it in my images, and I can simply just change, if I just change the name here, I'm just going to put it 1, and then image 2, and then I'll just come back here, images, image 02, but see, yeah, I better make sure image 02, image 01, image 02, JPEG, and I'm going to save it. Sometimes you actually have to view it in the browsers to see the change. On this one, I was on the index. You see that the picture updated in the browser. It doesn't, sometimes it previews in Dreamweaver, but a lot of times it doesn't. So it's very important to make sure that the name of the paths are absolute. If I want to change it back to image 1, I can simply go and change it to image 1. So this is how you change the selected state of your button, and this is how you also add a seamless background picture to your HTML page for responsive design. The one last thing that I'm going to show you for this video is how to add transparency to your nav. So again, I have my .nav button here, and if you go here, if I click on my, you want to make sure you're on RGBA here, and the RGB 255, 55, 55, basically it's representative of white. But the last two sets of numbers, 0, 57, I just have 57, I can change it to 50. That represents the level of transparency that you want to have for your file, your navbar background. So again, if you click it, you want to make sure you're on RGBA, and then you click on the actual, and then you can go back. If I drop the 5 to, let's say, 20, you'll see that it just becomes a lot lighter. So if I want it to be just a little bit transparent, if I drop it to like 70, you'll see that it's just going to be a lot dark, like basically the white is going to be a lot heavier. So this is how you add transparency to different your different items on div property on your website.